Perhaps they will get to a point at the end where they have to choose between these two guys, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, seemingly on a collision course in the SEC championship game. Mac Jones, the Crimson Tide quarterback, completing 79% of his passes, the second best in the country. He's on pace to set the FBS record for highest yards per attempt in the season. And man, how good has Kyle Trask been? 28 touchdowns through 6 games. That's even more than Jesse ever did. Most in SEC history through 6 games, more touchdowns than Joe Burrow did at this point this season. So both guys have been sensational, and both are in the Heisman Trophy race, and both sort of came from nowhere to be able to do it. The question, Jesse, is I see some similarities in these guys in their ability to move in the pocket, pick the right receiver, all of those types of things. Is either better suited than the other to lead a team on a playoff charge and perhaps to a championship?
Well, first off, Reese, I had some amazing scrimmages at Florida where I just lit up the scoreboard, so I just want to get that out there now.
You had some great games, too, but that's a lot of touchdowns he's thrown so far.
It's a lot of tutties. It is. These two are my 1 and 2 for the Heisman right now. If I was forced at it, I would say I think Mac Jones probably in a better situation simply because I just think he has more help. I think Alabama runs the ball better with Najee Harris. I think they have a better offensive line. Both of these guys have great groups of receivers. I think Alabama's maybe are a bit more explosive, making plays down the field, and I trust their defense a little bit more right now than I do Florida's. So, Kirk, I'd go with Mac Jones simply because I think Alabama probably has a better chance of winning a game if that quarterback brought his B-minus game to the park. But obviously, Kirk, both these guys have been sensational.
I got your back. 7 was a bad man. I watched it firsthand, standing on the field. You were a bad man. Can you give me a quick play call from Steve Spurrier, like how he would do it how he would say a play?
All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Bandit people, bandits, go blue slide steamers. Bandit right, blue slide steamers.
That's all I needed. I don't even care about my comment. Well, I'm with Jesse. I'll take Mac Jones because, Trask right now is on fire, David, but Mac Jones with the defense, more of a complete team, but he's been fun to watch, man. The guy replaces Tua. Nobody, even his own fan base, thought he could do it. They wanted the freshman out of California to step in. And, he's got Waddle down. Sark and he are working hand-to-hand, finding new ways to attack. They lose that big playability, but still capable weapons. But I know Trask right now is performing out of his mind, but you still got to look at Bama as a complete team, and I would give Bama the edge there.
Obviously, both great. Yeah, the thing I'll say, the thing I'll say about Mac Jones is I see it consistently. I don't see any bad throws. Trask doesn't have many either, but Matt Jones has been such a surprise this year. And obviously you got pressure being at Alabama and all that stuff, but he's handled it great. Even with a guy coming behind him, everybody was talking about. He's just handled everything great. I love his poise in the pocket. I love his mobility in the pocket. I think Mac Jones he's shown me a little bit more to this point. Kyle Trask is balling too, but I trust Mac Jones in a big game in a big way, and I trust both of them, but I trust Mac Jones' accuracy maybe just a little bit more.
I think it comes down to their situation, like you mentioned, Jesse. When you look at Florida and their pass game, Trask has been terrific. I didn't know that there was SEC records to be broken, and Trask is breaking them now after what Joe Burrow did last season. But when you look at their run game, they don't have a running back that has gotten 100 yards this season. Their top 4 rushers have less rushing yards than Najee Harris. They have 5 rushing touchdowns. Najee Harris alone has 14 rushing touchdowns. So in their particular situations, Mac Jones, because he doesn't have to carry that offense every single weekend, is sitting in a much better position. Alabama can simply line up and run the ball at you with Najee Harris if they want to. Florida doesn't have that same ability, although Kyle Trask has been terrific and probably leading the Heisman Trophy discussion right now with what he's been able to do. But Mac Jones clearly has better help.
The quarterback stories for the teams ranked right at the top have been remarkable. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, highly recruited, highly touted guys. Kyle Trask and Ian Book, much less recruited. Mac Jones was somewhere in the middle. But all of those guys have been sensational.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.